Welcome back to Demonic Pacts. The Kotal's over here doing stuff, making a lot of noise. This is our nice, easily got to bank with our Evil Eye teleport. And another relic that's also doing stuff now is the Butler's Bell. Sent my butler off to go and make me some unfinished potions, which when we click on this and collect it, it's going to give us a bunch of stuff and a bunch of herbal XP. So that's going to be very convenient and very helpful. Solving herblore. Can't complain. Anyways, we are off to do some new tasks. Very important things coming right up. First on the list, we've still got the whole 5 unique collection slots task to do. But we really can't do this without completing other tasks. So far we've gotten 2 from random events that we're allowed to do that aren't tasks. But soon enough here we will be able to actually finish this. And that'll be great. But the first task we actually need to do is protect from melee. This also gets another demonic pact for the combat, so that's gonna be something. But we need 43 prayer and we are like 10, so we're gonna have to figure something out. Step 1 of the prayer plan. Picking up and burying a bunch of big bones over here at the Colossal Worm Agility course. These two are close enough together, you can run back and forth. And the spawn times, I'm assuming, are quite accelerated here on leagues. You can just keep running back and forth, picking up big bones. And this will be enough to get us to level 30, where we can now do a completely different method. And then we just need to do some Varlamore style prayer training here. Between the exposed altar and the libation bowl over there. Bless here, blessed our bones from dragons that we killed, 11 dragons. Also got an adamant full helm, that's an upgrade that we can wield, because the task is full adamant. And we just need to chisel these down while running over here. Get enough bone shards and our blessed wines. Combine that all together over here at the libation bowl. We should be good. 11 dragons doesn't seem like a lot. But when you can sacrifice like this, it really does work out. Even went a little bit above. Because we had extra, I guess. Anyways, that is enough for Protect from Melee. The task. And the pact. Which does bring us back to the Demonic Pacts interface here, where we have a lot of options that are not going to help a huge amount. Plus defense, plus defense. The combat styles still. Regeneration, defense, defense, and an overhealing thing that I don't think is going to do anything since we don't have any demonic packs that overheal us. But still, there's still a chance. Let's see if we can get all this together in some fashion. We got some names in here to distinguish which defense thing we're doing. Goes to the right and then to the left. This one's down, this one's just to the left, this one's just to the right. 9 different options in here. Could still get just a combat style, that'd be helpful. What are we doing? We're getting the overheal one that probably doesn't do anything. Okay. Assuming we eventually get something that overheals us, we can have plus 30% of base health. That'll be good. Apply. Yes. We continue to have a lot of value in the fact that there's one free reset at some point if we need it. That also unlocks the ability to go towards all attacks have a plus 25% prayer penetration, which works in some instances when the enemy's actually using prayer, but you know. Yeah. Okay. And now, let's go get another task. Back to some simpler tasks. Easier, more convenient. Cook 50 tuna, plant seeds in an allotment patch, and then alch an item for at least 500 coins. We got a good number of items in the bank we can easily alch. It might be low alch. We got some magic levels. We'll have to see. We got some seeds, I think. We're gonna need probably potato. We got a couple farming levels. And tuna we might need to catch or buy from a shop or something. should all be very doable. Alright, that should be everything. Was not allowed to fish the tuna, because that's a task later. But there was plenty of tuna in the food shop. So that works out. That is cook 50 tuna. We cooked the other 49 earlier. Also brought tinderbox and logs to make a fire here, if there wasn't a range, but that all worked out. Got some cabbage seeds. We can plant in this allotment patch. Got some level 12 farming also, which is nice. And then we're going to low alch the adamant pickaxe, because it actually is worth enough to get 500 coins from a low alch. Had quite a few other things we could have high alched for 500 coins, but we were only 50 magic. Did get some good magic XP fighting the dragons though, so that worked out. Okay. Next up, we got some thieving tasks, and a picture of a tune at the bottom there. Look at that. 800 coins from coin pouches all at once. Easily done with the full stack from guards, specifically 40 thieving for that. And then pickpocket a master farmer. Unsurprisingly, there's a master farmer over on the farm here. Quite a few around here. First, coin pouches. 800 coins. Or whatever it was. There it is. And then, pickpocket master farmer. We got a red berry seed. Okay. We get more seeds that are actually useful from Hunter, because of our relics and stuff. Next numbers of things we need to do. Fletch 25 maple longbows unstrung, and jump on Yama's stepping stones 666 times. A little bit of agility there. That'll work. Everything really works out here with planning and the tasks and stuff. We chopped the correct number of maple logs for the chopping task earlier, and then we had to fire make or fletch or whatever, number of them. So we just have the perfect number of maple logs. Make some longbows, yeah? All at once for a medium task. And I think we did most of the jumping already. So we're up to 660. There you go. 666 times. I don't know if this is going to be the best choice for agility at this point. We do have the Brimhaven Agility Arena, so that might be better XP. For whenever it is we actually need to actually train some agility. Running around here was definitely interesting. Next up, complete the Veil Totems mini-quest. Presumably, that does not involve also fully decorating a totem, because that is a later task here with a smaller percentage. We just partially decorate it during the mini-quest, or it just doesn't count or something. 5 o'clocks, 4 o'clocks, something about that. Easily doable. And then we'll soon enough unlock Veil Totems as a thing we can do. That'll be good. Nope, that was that. Well, I got an oak totem. I think it's possible with regular logs. I don't know how people completed the task without completing the task. How strange. How strange. What would it be like? Maybe teak could have worked? Something. I don't know too much about Veil Totems. It's here though. And it was just right down the list, so close enough. Also probably can't claim the stuff from the offerings just yet, because that'd be tasks for getting the things. Could have checked that for everything. Here's the mini quests complete though. Okay. That'll be good. Really does not look like it would have been possible to not decorate it during the mini quest. Which brings to the question of what happened to this 1.5% of people that somehow managed it. Oh well. Not our problem. We're trying our best here. Next we need to smelt a steel bar and defeat an imp in a basement. Very specific. Here is the underground in question. Over here in Castori. It's an imp basement. My goodness. So let's see if we can superheat to count as the smelting. It's totally smelted. Totally counts. Doesn't count. Okay. Fine. Just use the regular furnace over here in Tao Techland. Smelt a steel bar. Okay. And presumably that'll allow us to go do some smithing with steel bars. Not that we have a huge amount of, like, coal or anything. It's an option, though, I guess. Depends where we get it. Take the boat back over here to the basement. Get some sweet corn if we wanted. Plenty of that around here. Alright. Let's go defeat an imp in a basement. Very specific. Previously we defeated a guard in a basement, so... Underground Slayer. Here we go. Except not actually Slayer. There's a task for doing a Slayer task. We haven't got to that task yet. Take this yellow bead, though. Hooray. Moving quite a bit upwards in the combat levels of things. We now have to defeat a Tsar over in Moral Wreck. This is also a demonic pact. That's gonna be pretty good. And it should, in theory, unlock our ability to do the previous task of collection log slots. Assuming that the actual drops and stuff are collection log slots. Let's go do some water magic. And here we go. The first Karamja task. 30 points and a demonic pact point. Once again, we are in here now with this option. Let's get this back on the wheel again. Same number of options, just now with the prayer penetration being a possibility. Magic would be nice right now, since we're gonna go do some magic. Oh my gosh. Manifested. Magic something. What does this do? Alright. And that's just right here. Magic options. Whenever your spells regenerate runes, your magic level is boosted by 1 for 18 seconds. This can exceed 10 magic levels, and additional triggers reset the duration. So it's just going to increase our magic for a while. Don't know if we'd really want to try to cast higher level spells. Regenerate. We got some regenerate going. Just gonna be a little bit higher magic. Okay. Apply magic. Yes. And then the next pact is going to be over here. No, it could be over here. This is unlocking 4 different elemental spell options. That adds a lot more choices to the pacts here. Yeah. Magical. And now, we go to the collection log. We got 2 collection logs, and now we can fight Tsars. They've got all these different things, so we need 3 things. The Obsidian Cape would be very helpful to get, as it is a task later, I think, or something. And like all the other things. Getting these would be good. And it'll finish the task we're supposed to be doing. We just need to, in theory, get the items before 75 combat, because that's a different task. But now, it's actually looking pretty possible. With the league drop multipliers and everything, should be pretty doable. 1 in 100-ish per item. Let's see what we can do. There's the first new thing. Zarket Also went and turned on the collection log pop-ups and everything. That's nice. Need to get probably 1 more from the cat, hopefully the cape. And then we'll also fight some Ixils. One of the ones with the swords, so we can actually save spot them, obviously. That wasn't too many kills either. Pretty good. Item number 4 for the collection log. And the one we really wanted. The Obsidian Cape. Beautiful. Can't wield that, that's fine. Also got a duplicate Tazar kit and we're now combat level 71, so that's happening. This is taking a little bit. And now we're gonna switch to the Ixils here, because they have more drops. And a better chance to drop something that would count for the 5th item. And probably less health too. Also, when we got Chaos Runes, we start with 1,000. not too expensive. And also we have all the rune regeneration business going, so it's been working. It's 50% stronger than strikes, so worth it. And there it is, the 5th thingy. It's a Tucker's Excel deck for 5 collection logs. That was definitely more difficult than it needed to be, but we got there. And only combat 72 with 78 magic. Wild. Anyways, now we can actually check that off the list and continue to the actual next tasks. And that will put us underneath 75%. Beautiful. Next things we need to do: drink a cup of tea in the Auburn Valley, not in Auburn Vale, does not work, apparently, and then equip a rune weapon. Well, this should be the valley here. Got a cup of tea from a bar. There we go. Nice cup of tea. And then, for a rune weapon, there's not too many available, but we do have a rune pickaxe. That totally counts. Perfect. And now we will use that rune pickaxe to mine 20 mithril ore in the Stonecutter Outpost. There's still really not any good ways to get there. We just kind of run from Civitas, but it's fine. 20 mithril ore. And then immediately 22 mithril ore. It's fine. Rune pickaxe. Works. Back to combat, where we need to defeat an ice fiend and then reach combat level 75. See where the ice fiend is, and then we'll do something else besides ice fiends to get 75 combat. Naturally, they're in the icy locations. Up here with the ice. Up on the Tiamat. Just gonna stab with the rune pickaxe, I guess. It's fine. Well, that is an ice fiend defeated for 10 points. In terms of getting combat levels, magic is now our base stat, so training melee's strength and attack would not do too much. I think probably the quickest way would be focus in on some defense, somehow. There's a lot of fireworks happening. Crabbing! Advent Scimitar, the best choice for the job. 56 defense, 45 attack and strength, 46. Close enough, good enough. The task we needed to do. 75 combat. Looking fantastic. Next. Clean a guam, cook 100 swordfish. Probably have to not catch these swordfish. And it was the food shop, once again. Find a lot of raw fish from them instead of doing fishing. Well, that's alright. Let us clean the guam. I got this from something at some point. 10 points. Finish cooking up some swordfish here, probably. Or burn it, also an option. 100 swordfish. 30 points. It's quite a few swordfish, I guess. Next task. Reach level 95. It's gonna be woodcutting. It's gonna take a little bit. But as a bonus, for whatever reason, the 12 times XP multiplier, which says it is tier 5 relic, is actually tier 4, so we already have it. So we do get faster XP. So that's good. Gonna need it to get to 95. 95. Woodcutting. That is an elite task, so 200 points. Well, that is a lot of points. In terms of how we're doing, we got 40 tasks to go. 1870 to the next relic. Let's see if we can get this done here. Really depends on what the tasks are, obviously. And speaking of the tasks, let's go back to the list. Got some location-based things here. Cast any teleport that uses law runes. It could be teleport to house, or other options, depending on the areas that you have. We have a house, so that'll work. Then we need to enter the Brimhaven dungeon. And I can then go back to our house and build a room. Any room, because we just have the garden and parlor so far. In terms of law runes, we have 3 law runes. But there is more to be purchased in Camtorum Mage Shop. Not the one over here, anywhere, just in Camtorum. That's alright. Teleport to house. That is teleport using law runes. We're just chilling in our house. And now if we want to go to the Brimhaven dungeon, we can just pop over to Karamja with the League's area home teleport. Unfortunately, it's only Yama's Lair and Civitas on this League's home teleport option. If we click just the cast here, it will give us more options. Yama's Lair, Civitas? Not quite. Alright. Going to the Brimhaven dungeon. Another one of the few things we've done on Karamja here so far. First time's gonna pay the 875 coins. But there is a task later for paying 1,000,000 coins to actually get infinite entrances or something. And then go outside the house, we can go in building mode. I guess we also have the option to randomly get the rune saving, so that's also nice. Building mode in the house. Let's build ourselves a kitchen, I guess. Could do a garden or parlor, it'd be cheaper. But in theory, a kitchen. In theory, other spots too. Depending on what we want to build for construction training. And butlers could also potentially be a problem, depending on what areas we get. There we go. A lot of medium tasks. If we look at the list, we are kind of getting low on easy tasks, which makes sense. Getting easy tasks done mostly first. It's just the harder easy tasks, but we'll get there. Our first gathering relic is looking great here. Mine 50 mithril ore. I think we already mined 20 over in a different mine, so we just need to mine 30 more. Then catch like 10 more trout, because we already did some of that when we were trying to get some cooking XP and fishing levels. And then chop 100 yew logs. That should be fine with 95 wood cutting and an adamant hatchet. That'll be fine. Let's go gather. 50 mithril ore. 30 points. Completely AFK. And double mined. Endless harvest is endless. 75 trout. We need to get 18 more than we had previously gotten. That works. Let me just run right over here to the yew trees. Convenient little spot here. Well, there's 100 yew logs. That was a hard task. That was worth 80 points. We're actually going to need more yew logs for tasks in the future. But that's not right now. I specifically saved some iron bars for this next task. Smith 150 iron arrow tips. And if we look just a little bit further, we need to make arrows. That's not immediately. Because after that, we need to steal a house key. But first we need to get 50 thieving, since we don't have that. Oh, there's the arrow tips for 30 points. Only need to get 2 thieving levels, so this shouldn't be too bad. I think I'm going to go stock up on some law runes first. We got the Civitas Illifortis teleport, which puts us fairly close to the same place as the home teleport, but doesn't have to go through that entire animation. So that'd be a quicker option. Oh, of course that was a task. Bah! Just trying to be faster. Alright, where was that on the list? Alright, down here. So we're getting close to it. There's still 557, or I guess 555 tasks that we have to pay attention to here. Not our worst blunder, but we're gonna not teleport until we get further, I guess. Whatever. We're trying here. Oh, there it is. Managed to get 4 thieving levels while getting that 1 key. A little bit unlucky, but it's fine. Next, back to some fishing. Catch 50 tuna. We already cooked 50 tuna, now we can catch them and cook them again, I guess. And then complete a Slayer task. Let's see which Slayer masters. Just Cheldar? Might just be Cheldar. Slayer works differently in leagues, so we'll see that. 50 tuna. There's also more tasks right here at the harpoon and cage fishing spot. So we're gonna be back for those. For now, we need to go get a Slayer task. And it is, in fact, only Cheldar. You have to go to Xanaris. You have to go to a fairy ring, which is right here. That's very doable. Let's see how the Slayer works here. There is a Slayer relic that we don't have. It's also, the tasks are the same, but not Kona or something something. We will see. We're also 75 combat with our adamant scimitar and water bolt that we do. So we'll see what we get in terms of levels of task here. What are we doing? What is our first Slayer task? Also, there was points here for tier 3 bonus effects. Bigger and badder, 5 times Slayer points. Don't need to do 5 tasks, so we're gonna get Slayer points immediately. 1 in 50 chance of superiors. Yeah. Could be something. Assignment. Who are you? I should start Slayer Master. Yes, this is Slayer. Yes, I would like to do Slayer. It's also gonna help for some total levels here, my goodness. 1 Slayer, our lowest level stat. Do we get a task? What was our task? Skip through it. 116 Greater Demons. Alright, that sounds like a magic situation. Oh, we have to complete that? Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm going to try this with melee, see how that goes. We do have protect from melee, so that's probably gonna be fine. Did go and get some upgrades though. Mithril plate body and adamant plate legs, and adamant kite shield. Mithril because we can't have full adamant, that's a task. Leather boots and gloves, made an amulet of strength. So definitely a little bit better than we were before. And the Greater Demons are down here in the Brimhaven dungeon. Got a bunch of area tasks on our way over here. So that's something. Could get a rune full helm from here. That'd be something. And just prayer XP, I guess, from all the ashes. Well, let's get it going. Brought some cakes. See how good this goes. Just going to lazy flick. It's probably fine. As we get more levels, we get more accurate and stronger and everything. Or we could just use magic. But also magic is slower than the scimitar, so it's probably fine. 1 Slayer task complete. 30 points. It took a while. Switch back to magic, because accuracy with the adamant scimitar was just not cutting it. Had to buy more chaos runes, get more money, do more crafting for the rubies to get the money. In total, we got 51 Slayer from that, from 1 Slayer task. And we get 75 Slayer points. I guess that would allow us to skip some tasks when we do need to do more Slayer tasks, which is not right now. And that took so long, in fact, that we really don't have time to get to the next area now. There's also a few problems along that journey to the next 29 tasks, so we'll figure that out, or at least try to, next time. Goodbye.